Hey guys, it's Dr. Braddock, and I wanted to take a few minutes and actually share the story of how I came to be a chiropractor on video. This is something I've had a chance to tell a couple of people in person, but I don't think I've ever made a video about it. So with no further ado, I want to kind of tell you how I got to be here, which is a little bit unique. You see, I'm actually from Van Alstyne. I grew up on a really large cattle ranch just west of Van Alstyne, and I went to school, kindergarten through 12th grade, right here in Van Alstyne, and I played sports here, and I played football in particular. I really loved playing high school football, and it was my junior year of high school football. It was summertime. It was 2-a-days. It was oppressively hot that day, and I remember going in to make a tackle, and when I made that tackle, like I had done a million times before, immediately there was a fire in my back. There was a burning like I had never had, and I got up and I thought, you know, this must be a stinger, something you'll try to walk off, but within the next 2 or 3 minutes I realized this was something that wasn't about to go away, and it was really a pain like I hadn't experienced before. So obviously I was done for practice that day. We had fantastic coaches, fantastic trainers and physical trainers there, and so immediately it took me in, started doing some stretching, some ice, went home, rested it, and we did the Advil and the Tylenol and all the over-the-counter pain relievers, and the next day things weren't really any better, and they were a little bit worse, and so we did more ice and more heat and more stretching and more Tylenol and more Advil, and then eventually we went to the medical doctor. We did the anti-inflammatories, we did the muscle relaxers, we went to the physical therapist, and we did the ultrasound, and we did the E-stim and the TENS unit and all these things, and nothing seemed to be making a difference. And at this point, you know, more than a week has gone by. I haven't been able to practice football. I haven't been able to really do anything, which is not really like me. And I wasn't sure what was about to happen next. Like, when this was really going to change, because it seemed like we'd tried everything. And that's when my cousin, he's actually my second cousin, who's a chiropractor. My family we weren't around him a whole lot because he was a chiropractor. That's weird in and of itself. And if you don't know, I come from a very traditional family. We were anti-chiropractic. It wasn't it. We just didn't know enough about it, so we knew we didn't like it. And that's just the way that it was. We just kind of did what everyone else did, and we didn't really want to steer away from that. And my cousin, through the grapevine, found out that I had hurt my back and I wasn't been able to practice football, and so he essentially shamed my parents into taking me to his office. And it was practice in Frisco at the time, so we drove over to Frisco, and I remember even the first couple of steps into his office, I realized something was different. There was just something different about that place. And so he had made the promise to my mother over the phone, in order that I would get to go over there, is that he wouldn't touch me or anything. All he wanted to do is do an exam and take some x-rays and see if he could see the problem. And even as a high schooler, when he sat down and he put up the x-rays, it was notably obvious of what had happened. You know, it was obvious that my back was crooked where it should have been straight, and it was just kind of glowing on the x-ray, and it almost like slapped me in the face, like, no one showed me that, no one's found that. And I mean, that makes sense. If those bones are out of place, that something bad can happen, that I would be in the pain that I was in at that time. And so obviously we were impressed. He gave me my first chiropractic adjustment, which just rocked my world. It was the coolest experience ever. For me, I don't know, it was just, I just knew something special had happened. I felt, you know, amazingly better after that first adjustment. Even leaving the office, it was a different feel. I can't really explain it. And I went back 2 days later for a follow-up adjustment, and we sat in the waiting room for a little bit that day because he was busy, and I thought, man, this place is full of people, and more than that, the cool thing was full of families. You know, there were kids, and it didn't have the doctor's office feel. It wasn't quiet and stale and sterile and just weird like a doctor's office typically can be. It was there was music playing, and everyone was talking to each other, and they were happy, and you could tell these people were actually focused on health and wellness rather than just fighting sickness and disease. And I got another adjustment. Again, awesome experience. And when I went and I got in the car with my mother right after that second visit, I looked at her and I said, that's it. That's it for me. That's what I'm going to do with my life, is I'm going to be a chiropractor. And I remember at that point, my mom looked at me and she said, you can be anything you want to be. So that was it. I just knew. Up until that point, I was going to be a medical doctor because I've always wanted to be able to help people. And I mean, not just help people ease an ailment, but dramatically help people. And then I thought, you know what? 85 million Americans have back pain. This is a real notable thing for me to do, is to go and help America with their back pain issue. And only what I learned later that chiropractic is 1,000 times more, 1,000,000 times more than anything to do with back pain. So today I'm blessed to be almost 8 years in practice. We have literally thousands of people in our office, thousands of families, again, that we've been able to help. And I've been able to take care of babies at 1 and 2 days old, and now some of those babies are 6 and 7 years old. Some of the kids I used to adjust are in college now, and it's just a real blessing. Every day when I wake up and I get to come into my office and do the things that I do, and work with people, with God's creation, and actually work with that, it's a fantastic thing. So one, I want to thank you for letting me share my story. Two, if you're a patient, I just want to thank you for letting me share my gift or my experience with you, and hopefully this resonates with you, at least to some degree, that you find a way to really live your purpose, fulfill your mission, and help people. I think that's when life gets really fun. And I know for me, I could not feel more blessed than what I do to work with such fantastic patients, and to look forward to the future and what the future holds for not only this office but this community and this county. Thanks again. I look forward to seeing you at the tables. God bless.